whispers in the ruins, ghosts in the desert, towers tied to death. Iran holds secrets that have haunted people for centuries. Legends of Jinn, cursed places, and disappearances that still remain unexplained. Today, you will learn about 7 of the creepiest mysteries of Iran, the kind that truly send chills down your spine. 1. Persepolis. The city consumed by fire, Persepolis was one of the main capitals of the great Persian Empire and a symbol of its power. It was built as a ceremonial center where wealth, gifts, and representatives of conquered peoples would gather. Even today, the ruins of Persepolis impress with their scale. Enormous columns, stone staircases, bas-reliefs, and the remains of palaces remind us how powerful this civilization once was. But in 330 BCE, the city was captured by Alexander the Great and soon burned. Historians still debate whether this was the deliberate destruction of a symbol of Persia or the result of chaos after the conquest. One fact remains. One of the greatest cities of the ancient world was almost erased by fire. That is why Persepolis is still considered a place where history has quite literally frozen among the charred traces of an empire's downfall. 2. Noushabad, the underground city hidden beneath the streets. Beneath the ordinary Iranian town of Noushabad lies a true underground labyrinth that remained hidden for a long time. This is not just a basement or a system of tunnels, but a complex, multi-level city with narrow passageways, rooms, shafts, and ventilation. Scientists believe it was used as a shelter during attacks and raids. Entire families could descend there and wait out danger beneath the ground. Most remarkable of all is that this complex was discovered relatively recently, when local residents were carrying out routine work in their homes. Narrow corridors, hidden passages, and the sense of enclosed space make Noushabad one of the most unsettling archaeological sites in Iran. It is real proof that beneath ordinary life, an entire forgotten world may be hidden. 3. The Lut Desert, a land of extreme heat. The Lut Desert is one of the harshest places, not only in Iran, but on the entire planet. It is known for its extremely high surface temperatures, recorded by NASA satellites. Some parts of this desert reached such extreme levels that Lut was long considered one of the hottest places on Earth. But the fear lies in more than just the heat. The desert's landscape looks truly eerie. Stone ridges, vast sandfields, sharp wind-carved landforms, and an almost complete absence of life. Many areas appear dead and utterly unfit for survival. What makes it so frightening is that this is not a legend or a scene from a film, but a real natural region where the earth itself turns into a blazing trap. 4. Lake Urmia, the disappearing salt sea. Once, Lake Urmia was one of the largest salt lakes in the Middle East. Its size was so vast that it influenced the climate and ecosystem of an entire region. But over the past few decades, the lake has begun to shrink rapidly. The water has receded, leaving behind enormous salt flats. Scientists link this to dams, excessive water use for agriculture, droughts, and climate change. For local residents, the disappearance of Urmia has become almost a symbol of environmental catastrophe. What is especially disturbing is that this process unfolded literally before people's eyes. An entire lake that once seemed eternal began to die within a single generation. It is one of the bleakest examples of how a natural wonder can disappear not in legends, but in reality. 5. Towers of silence. ancient structures of death, the Towers of Silence, are connected to the ancient Zoroastrian burial tradition. For followers of this religion, earth, fire, and water were considered sacred, so the body of the deceased could not simply be buried or burned, in order not to defile the elements. Instead, bodies were placed on special circular stone towers, where they were exposed to the sun and birds. Today, such structures near Yazd and in other parts of Iran are seen as grim monuments to the past. The very fact that these towers were part of a real religious ritual is already deeply striking. They look quiet and empty, but behind that silence lies a completely different view of life, death, and purity. That is why the Towers of Silence are considered some of the creepiest historical places in Iran. 6. Shahr-e-Sukter. The burnt city of the ancient world, Shahr-e-Sukter, translates as the burnt city, and the name alone sounds unsettling. This archaeological site dates back to the Bronze Age and is considered one of the most important ancient cities in the region. It survived several devastating fires, which is reflected in its name. But the true mystery of this place lies not only in the traces of fire, but in the discoveries archaeologists have made there. In the city, they found an ancient eye prosthesis, intricate handicrafts, board games, and even signs of medical procedures performed on human remains. All of this suggests that the people of Shahr-e-Sukter possessed knowledge and skills that seem astonishingly advanced for their time. This place remains a mystery because it is still not fully clear how this society lived, why it declined, and how many secrets are still hidden beneath the sand. 7. Keshem Island, where nature gave birth to legends. Keshem Island is known not only for its size, but also for its incredible natural landscapes. It is home to salt caves, canyons, bizarre rock formations, and the famous Valley of the Stars. These landforms were created by wind, water, and erosion, but they look so strange that they have inspired legends of the supernatural since ancient times. Local residents associated some places on the island with spirits, Jinn, and evil forces. The Valley of the Stars itself is especially striking. The rocks there look as if they were carved by something inhuman, and in the silence and wind, the place feels almost unreal. There is a scientific explanation for all of this, but that is exactly what makes Keshem especially fascinating. Sometimes nature creates such unusual landscapes that for centuries people cannot believe there is nothing supernatural before them.